Hello everyone, you're watching a live broadcast with OK Students. It's Friday and it's the time we take to answer some of your questions and go through some of the popular themes and news. And we're getting lots of questions at the moment about clearing. So we thought we would base today's topic on the clearing process. Morning, Martin.
Hey everyone, hey again from me as well. Yeah, I mean, basically the overarching theme for us, like last week, has been the clearing in marketing. A lot of students have contacted us, and yeah, I mean, I think we just shared the link yesterday. We read about it that actually many students still don't know what clearing is.
Yeah, loads of students don't really understand the term or what the process means, and it causes quite a lot of confusion, particularly with overseas students we're talking about here. A UK student, it's been around for a really long time, and many students understand because their teachers explain it, what clearing is. But hopefully we can try and make it a little bit clearer for our international audience.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, as you just said to me, clearing is not even like super official term, is it? I think it's called by UCAS.
Yeah, it's a term that UCAS, the application system or service, use that regulates the system in the UK for applications. And it's their terminology for this time of the year where results come out and the universities have vacancies to fill.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I'm just to make it a little bit probably simpler to understand as well, because I mean, even for myself, it is a little bit confusing, not time, but like the whole process, like how does it work? Who is eligible to apply? Can you literally just apply now and get like connected with UK university within a matter of a couple of days? Or can you apply when you already had applied and didn't meet the requirements of the universities? So hopefully we'll find answers to all of those questions today. And yeah, anyone who's watches live, feel free to drop your comments, whether on Facebook or YouTube, and we will definitely answer your questions. And they don't necessarily have to be only about clearing, but we'll do our best to stay in the topic though.
Yeah, absolutely. So OK Student is an advisory service for application to UK universities. We work in partnership with many universities, and we're dealing with these cases all the time. So yeah, please send the comments in now and we can try and answer it, or send it in directly on our web form or the website, and we can pick it up then and kind of talk to you directly. So
to kick off, yeah, let's start with like trying to frame clearing. Like what is clearing in kind of simple language and like simple terms. How do you want to do it? Do you want to have a go, or I'll play that I don't know anything about it and I'll ask questions and you'll answer?
Yeah, I'll try and explain it, and then maybe you can ask me some questions to make it clearer.
Clearer.
Yeah, I know. We're going to keep saying clearing and clearer all the time. So we have a previous video on this, but the UK application system is that you apply in the year in advance of going to university. So you apply with predicted grades, you make some choices, and then the universities make offers to you. And this is the kind of system that we're coming to the summer period now, where students are actually getting their results. Yeah. So we have this dual moment where some students are confirming their places. So they've either met the grades of their offer and they're going to go to university, or maybe they missed the grades of their offer, but the university still accepts them. So there's people confirming their places with the university with their grades. But some students may not have applied yet. Yeah, so never applied to a university, or some students may not have met the grades and been declined by the university. So they're not holding any offers for universities, they've either been rejected or they've not applied on time. So this period, the clearing period, is about connecting students who don't have offers to study with universities that still have places on courses to offer. So it's connecting the two together.
So it sounds like a really good option, because I mean, of course, you may not be able to get the exact university and course you really wanted in the beginning. But at the same time, like all of the other students, they go through the months and months long process, and now actually there is options to turn it around within like a week, or even sometimes we've seen that matter of couple of days, and just get it sorted.
Yes, you can do it really quickly. If you have your grades, a university can look at your profile and say, you've got these grades, you have these English language skills, you have a personal statement, we can make you an offer. And as you say, that can be done in a day. So very, very quick process. But the downside of this is it's kind of like the sale period. It's not all places available, and the most popular universities and places will be filled. So that's why it's not a good idea to wait until clearing, wait until you get your results to apply, because your choices are restricted. And
Definitely.
That's the situation we're looking at. So yes, quick offers and quick places and very, very good options available, but not the entire set of options of all the universities. The most popular ones will be filled.
So clearing just literally this week, I think, started, didn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it started on Monday. Now, this is a big thing. Most people, even in Britain, they think of clearing being one day, which is kind of like the A-level results days. Yeah. So when British students get their grades, then it's kind of like, okay, what vacancies available? I didn't get my grades to go here, so where can I go? So it's this like one day where there's a lot of movement about people changing their minds or having to look for alternatives. But actually, the clearing period is much longer. It's, a month, if not 6 weeks. And it started this Monday when IB results came out.
That's interesting. I'm gonna do something fun. I have to jump out really quick because my little sister went to garden and I closed the door after her. So now she needs to get in home. So I'll leave you here for 2 minutes and I'm jumping back on in a second.
Okay.
Should I think of a question? How long do they have to? Oh, she got in somehow. Anyway, I might have been away mentally last 30 seconds. Did you say how long students have to enter the clearing process?
Yes, so the clearing process has started, and it means that you can really make a university choice, and the university has some time to look at your application and respond to you. It's kind of like you make one choice to one university, they have a look at it, and if you can connect together, there's a space, great. But it differs from earlier in the process where you could make 5 choices and different universities. So you can't put out applications all over the place and try and collect offers. It allows you really just to have a look at what's available and try and make one application, see if you can connect it. If you can't, then you make another one, see if you can connect it. So it's this kind of ongoing process because, qualifications and results are being published all over the world now, all through the summer. And the UK A-levels, really the latest in the world to come out for high school grades. It's the 13th of August this year. But as I say, we've got IB coming out. We've got lots and lots of European qualifications coming out. And then you move into global qualifications as well. So lots of students looking at what vacancies are available and universities making those decisions.
So, yeah, I mean, interesting and definitely busy time, both for students, universities, and yeah, people like us.
People like us, yeah. lots and lots of movement of people securing places. And something that there's kind of the inside knowledge is that because it is like a sale for universities where they're looking to fill their course vacancies, where they haven't had enough applications and they've got spaces to fill, that means that they can offer the place at lower entry grades. Because students who've maybe when they put the course out there at a certain level, if they didn't get enough applications, they then need to reconsider and lower it at this stage of the year just to fill up the final places. So you can get really good course options, but for lower grade entry, which you may not think is fair, but it's a really good way of kind of managing numbers.
Yeah. So what's your thinking regarding to so this year's intake in September? Obviously, the whole industry is affected by the COVID-19, and some students I'm guessing won't be enrolling this year that actually would have. Do you reckon this actually helps the clearing students to perhaps now get a little bit better courses, better universities than they would have previously?
This one is a really tricky topic. The data that we have is that actually there are more applications to British universities than last year. And that is 10% more Tier 4 or international students, so students who require the Tier 4 visa. There are more British students applying to university, and this is despite the fact there is a decline in the number of 18-year-olds eligible to go to university. So there is a demographic dip, but yet the applications are even higher than they were.
Well, the numbers don't really add up.
The numbers don't add up. Everybody was expecting a drop, but because of COVID, probably they've gone up. People are thinking, what will I do next year? The choices are limited, so university seems like a good option for me. So all the indications are that there is still a very strong demand for university places. And so that means there's probably less movement. Yeah, there won't be so many vacancies in this window. But as I said, the UK results don't come out till the 13th of August. They're going to be moderated grades because there were no exams. And we don't know how that's going to go. We don't know if students are going to be happy. We don't know if they're going to meet the entry requirements they need to go to their choices. And so there could be a lot of disruption much later this year, later into August, where students start deferring, as you said, and saying we don't want these places. So lots of vacancies appearing much later in the summer. And universities, it's very hard to predict that. And similarly, you could have students in India or China or, anywhere in the world that have got offers to study and they have every intention of coming to take those places, but are then prevented by COVID. And so those places become available. And that's a really complicated thing to manage.
And really interestingly, you mentioned that the UK results are coming out on 13th of August, which is relatively late in the summer, isn't it? Looking at that, like clearing just literally started now, early July, which leaves more than a month for actually clearing students to look at their places. But universities still don't know how many of the British students will be joining.
And so this is it. The clearing is not a fixed quantity. You have to imagine the universities track it on a daily or a weekly basis to say how many places have been filled or how many vacancies have we got. So something that's not available today might be available in 3 weeks' time. And I would say is probably very likely to be available in 3 weeks' time. So what we're finding is some students are looking to confirm their places with their grades, the IB students, and actually they're finding that if they dropped a grade, there's not much flexibility at the moment. The universities probably aren't rejecting them, but they're saying we're not going to confirm you just yet. We're going to see what other results we get in the next month. So they're kind of leaving people hanging a little bit as they play this game of predicting how many students they will get.
And finally, it leaves an option for someone to literally enroll, basically get the university place mid-August, like near 20th of August, like literally weeks before the first term starts, which I find really funny.
Yes, that you could have a year's considered decision and then make a new decision in a day, the day before term starts, really. I think courses will be available all the way up to the start of term, so into September, because of these gaps that will appear from other situations. Probably the thing to worry about there is if you need a visa, how long it takes to get that visa. So universities will stop offering places to those international students probably a month before the course starts, because it doesn't give you enough time to get the visa and get
probably students like now for the last time eligible for the student loan as well.
So Europeans, you're right in saying they eligible for the
time as well.
Yeah, eligible for student finance this year. We know that there's still a lot of interest from Europe, as that's kind of made up people's minds to go for it before the Brexit changes happen. You can get settled status in the UK coming in this year. And so, there's a lot of people doing that. I think the EU numbers are fairly flat. I think declined ever so slightly, 2%, I think, year on year. But still, huge interest from Europe for those places. And I think rightly so, because the funding and the home fee status are the same as British students, won't exist next year. And that's in Scotland. Now we know that it's not Scotland and not England. So it's the last year opportunity for Europeans to get full funding for the tuition fees of the course, which is a really amazing opportunity to be treated the same as the British students, or in Scotland, it's free, treated the same as Scottish students. So the European students out there, we expect a lot of them probably to have a look at that opportunity in the next 2 months and decide if it's something they want to do. And I think a lot of them will take that opportunity.
And definitely, like if you're applying to the UK and you have friends who've been thinking or just are just unsure what they really want to do, spread the word that like it is the last chance in a really good terms, because a lot of people, they just might not know.
Yeah, we were talking about, there was some research just this week saying that a lot of European students don't know about this situation. They don't know that the funding will end. They haven't been told. They're just assuming it will carry on. We now know that isn't the case. The British government has said that they will be treated the same as international students, which is high fees and also no funding. So please spread the word, because it is an amazing opportunity to access it.
Awesome. Do you want to slightly touch on like what we are doing in terms of clearing? Like how can we help? Because I've already, not sure if clearing, but I've already seen us turning applications around with like the matter of 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're partnered with many universities, meaning that we can really speak to the people who can make decisions quickly. And we're an official UCAS application centre, so we can process these things directly and get it done. So at this time of year, we can really, really move fast in terms of getting you an offer for the course that you want. So first, it's advice of what vacancies there are and what's appropriate for your qualifications, your grades, your lifestyle choices, all of these things. But as soon as we know that, we can go straight to the universities and try and get those vacancies before they go to somebody else. So we're in a very privileged position to be able to do that. And that's really why you should go with an approved consultancy like ours.
Definitely.
To kind of help you with that process, so you don't end up somewhere, because you haven't really got time to do the research as deeply as you would across a year. So it's better to take advice from professional consultants people who've worked in the industry, and also we have many students and advisors who've been through this process. They know good universities. They understand the different choices available in the UK.
And yeah, I mean, speed and access are the key values, I think, because of, yeah, like as you just kind of said, what I was thinking about is that we can literally turn to the partner university and speak to them one-on-one with a matter of just picking up the phone and calling, which students themselves can do, but it possibly takes way much longer. And the whole communication process is more complicated and going back and forth. So yeah, access and speed.
Yeah, absolutely. The ratio in clearing of kind of inquiry to application for a major university is massive. You know, they take, you know, more than 10 inquiries for every offer they make, and then for every offer they make, there's a ratio that about who actually gets the place and comes in. So these things are, you know, kind of like call centers. You know, there's a lot of interest coming in at one time and everybody looking for the vacancies at the same time. So it's really helpful to have people who can do that for you, but also who can go straight to the decision makers, as opposed to going through the kind of automated process, which can take quite a long time. And obviously time is short in this scenario. So hopefully that's made it a bit clearer for people. We said at the start of this, if people have questions or they want support, send in those questions and we can kind of help you with that. There's no obligation with us, but also with the universities. You can gather an offer for a university, and until you enroll at that university, there's no financial obligations at all. So it's always better to try and register your interest and try and get some offers so you have choices.
Definitely. We have a nice form on our website, which is probably one of the easiest way to get in touch with us, because as soon as you fill out the form with just a couple of your details, where you're from and so on, we can literally connect you with possibly the best student advisor for you, because we have an amazing team of student advisors, really, like, yeah, from very different parts of the world. They've all been to the different universities in the UK. They know, I would say, everything about courses, universities, and most importantly, I think they've all gone through the process very recently, and they know the pains and the fun parts, which makes them perfect to give advice and guide you through it.
Absolutely. I mean, just off the top of my head, there's an advisor called Stefan. Again, you probably check him out in some of the other videos. He probably doesn't mind me saying, but he came through this process. He came through clearing, and then he ended up with a first-class degree, a master's at King's College London, you know, and doing very, very well for himself. So he's a perfect example of somebody who's been through this and can give real advice about what it's like and how he made those choices. So just basically messages on the form and we can connect you, and they'll be happy to help you with the same thing.
Go Stefan.
Go Stefan.
And go everyone who wants to apply for clearing, because literally last opportunity, yeah. I'm excited for everyone.
Yeah, it is an exciting time of year. And let's face it, we know a lot of people like an instant response. They like an instant offer. So it does suit a lot of people. You know, they don't have to overthink this. They kind of just get in there, look at some choices and get it done. You know, especially if you have your grades now, you're in the perfect position to get it done very, very quickly.
So get in touch and we'll take it from there.
Absolutely.
Wrap up.
I think that's it. We have the weekend ahead and we have clearing ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I wish everyone an amazing weekend. yeah, everyone in the UK, enjoy the heat wave. I think that's gonna hit soon, and probably anyone else around the world, just have some time off and yeah, enjoy yourself.
Stay safe. All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye.